Hey there everyone, Rogue Fox here coming to you with an update on the Cram Safe Mob Softener. First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for all of your feedback and your support in this channel. This was my first build, and I realized with that there were some explanations that I did not give as far as the application of this build. Mainly this was just to show you that it was possible in TU57 to make a Cram Safe Mob Softener, but I realized I left out the explanation of how to actually apply it to the spawners themselves. So with that, I've been reading your comments and I've seen a couple questions and concerns regarding this build, and with that I'd like to address those issues and concerns. So with that, let's get right into it. Alright, the first question I wanted to address is what blocks you can place onto our hopper minecarts. So to answer that, we're going to go ahead and come over to this little side here, and some of you have mentioned concrete powder for the nether, because obviously water doesn't work. That is totally fine. I personally use that myself. Go ahead and throw it down like that. If we throw something on, you'll get a drop, it'll come through. That works just fine. Another block you can use is a sand block. That'll work just the same. Throw that in there like so. And that answers that question. Another one while I'm in this area was the fact that the sand block wasn't working. I'm not too sure about the details of that, but just a reminder, you do not want to put a rail on the hopper with a hopper minecart. That will cause your blocks to stack. So if we grab our sand, which I think one of you had mentioned, it just sticks up top. Or if we grab our concrete powder, it sticks up top. But we come over here, remember that we set this up, we put the block with a rail on top. Let's do that again real quick. So just go ahead and put a temporary block, grab a rail, grab your hopper minecart, and make sure to break that just like that so it rests on top. That way we can drop our block on top. And that answers that question. On to the next one. The next issue I wanted to address was how far to drop your mobs when it comes to a zombie and skeleton spawner. I have yet to make a good design for a spider farm, but when I do, I'll be sure to post that. But in regards to the question of the softener killing mobs, it was due to how far they're dropping it. So normally what you would do is you would dig out a nice little tunnel here, and then you'd run up a water elevator, drop them however many blocks. But with this build, you literally have to drop them 5 blocks. So if I back out here, you see I have my spawner, and right here is the top of the build of this crammer. So we have this right here. So literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks down. And with that, I'll show you guys how to do that real quick. So what you'll want to do is, let me grab a bucket of water right there. So just go ahead and come to your corner, put one bucket here, put another bucket here, and this is going to make that V formation if any of you guys have built it this way. The next thing you want to do is just go ahead and knock all these blocks out like so. Knock them out, come out to here. And that is also one thing to note. We have our 9x9 room, and this is generally what it would end, but go ahead and knock these extra 3 blocks out and then one more, and you'll see why. So when we knock these out, the water will flow down just like that, and they'll fall right on into our crammer. So let's go ahead and patch this up like this. Make sure you give them room to come through, so make them too high, and like that. And let's go ahead and put 2 more blocks just like that. So what we are gonna do here is put it into normal. Let's spawn some guys so you can watch them fall. I apologize for the noise, I wish they were skeletons. The thing is, with this little setup, they do tend to cram up here a lot. Well, I'm sorry, not a lot, but once in a while they'll cram, but they quickly correct themselves. So as you can see, they're coming down like so, and put another block up there just like that. So it's a little bulky, but this is how you would apply this crammer to here. And let's go ahead and shut these guys off for a second. Oops, peaceful. Get rid of that noise. And the next issue I wanted to address was how to stop these mobs from falling in. So with that, that's a very simple fix, and I kind of wish I put it into the original tutorial. What you want to do is grab yourself just a sticky piston, a lever, 1 redstone dust, and it is simple as coming to this side, put your lever right here, come up, grab yourself a block, and put it right here. Get your sticky piston, and we want to run into this block right here. So we go boom, like that, and put a piece of redstone dust, and literally that is it. So we just hit that, and boom, it stops them from coming through. Flow down is extended, so they will pause right here above it while you kill your mobs below. It's that simple. And with that, let's go ahead and move on to the blaze spawner, because I know that was another question of yours. Alright, onto the blaze spawner. I realize that this is the most popular video to date so far, and again, thank you guys for your support and all the views, and I'm glad that it's helping you guys out. But as I mentioned in the tutorial, we weren't too focused on the softener part here. We were more focused on building the actual chamber itself and dropping them in using the pathfinding technique. So I briefly mentioned the softener, and I went over it and showed you guys how to quickly put in the trapdoors to make them extend to keep blaze from falling in. So now that this is a answering your questions type video, let's go ahead and address that. The first thing I want to address is the piston, the slime block getting stuck and not retracting. The reason for that being is that our trapdoor cannot be right above our piston. So if we put this here, this would simulate that if this was the actual floor right here where they fall in, instead of this block up here. So if we go ahead and try to use our softener, it will extend, but as you're going to see, it's not going to retract. The piston itself will retract, but the slime block and the block itself will not. And let's look under, boom. So that's not working, it's broken, we can't get it to work. And as I mentioned before, let's go ahead and put these back. We don't want our trapdoor to be right above our slime block, so we're going to want a 1 block gap. So if it's easy to remember, we have our spawning floor, they come in, here's where they pathfind, and from there, 1 block gap. So trapdoor, obsidian, slime block to start our farm, our softener. And let's hit it again, just to show you that's going to work this way. And it's going to retract. Perfect. The next thing I want to address is I read a comment about the trapdoor is not closing using the redstone technique that I put in there. So let's go ahead and patch this up to simulate. Make sure that's obsidian. And that's another thing, guys, when you're building it, I know, make sure you have obsidian up top, obsidian below, and 2 obsidian going back. That way nothing is going to stick to it. And then we want our obsidian in front. So let's go ahead and patch this up like this. Next question I had was regarding the trapdoors and how I use the redstone to block them up. Someone had mentioned they tried doing it, but they couldn't get the trapdoors to close the way they wanted. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's see, we have our softener right here. So what we'll want to do, we'll break this block right here, and if you've built the spawn room to spec, as I mentioned, you'll have some glass above your head. So let's go ahead and knock this one, 3, and this one. Alright, so we'll see our spawner right here, and we're still level with the floor. There's glass above our head, nothing's being compromised here. What we'll want to do is by this bottom trapdoor, go ahead and throw a block like that, and break that block under it. Nope, that's wrong. Like that. Break this right there. That's where we want that block. Okay, so we want this block to be on the second trapdoor. Sorry, I had a brain fart moment there. So from there, we'll want to go ahead and grab ourselves a redstone torch. Put it right there. Go ahead and grab some redstone dust, put it right here, and go ahead and grab your lever and put it there, just like that. So when we flick it, you see the 2 trapdoors go up, and that'll stop our blaze from falling in. And as I mentioned, nothing's going to be compromised, nothing's going to see you. If you want to be extra safe, just go ahead and replace that glass that's there. We only did that so we can fit in there, just like this. And let's go ahead and try it again. Click, click, just like that. So it's, like I said, a quick fix. I didn't mention the tutorial, but that's how we add that little feature to this, and our room is not compromised at all. The blaze can still come in and they will not see anything. Alright, and for that we have one more issue to address here. For this final issue it's a bit of a head scratcher for me. I am in one of my survival worlds where I have created a double blaze spawner, and I have a farm here. I got a farm here. Looks like they're still coming down. And the question that was being asked was, can you use sand? Can you use concrete powder? The answer was yes, as I had mentioned in the beginning of the video. But after trying to test it, for some reason I couldn't get the items to drop through on the other world, but for some reason it works here. So like I said, it's a head scratcher. So on this side I have sand. You'll see the chests are empty. So we got our sand. Let's go ahead and close these guys, soften them. And on this side here, I got the black concrete powder. The question was, how do we get that to work since we can't use water in the nether? The concrete powder is fine. So let's go ahead and close this one and soften them. And as I mentioned, the concerning issue was why they weren't the items weren't dropping through, and honestly guys, I have no clue why that may be. In this world it works fine, so go ahead and kill all these guys off, and the XP is coming through, which is why we had the sand or the concrete powder there in the first place. So I collect all the XP, and then we open it up. I got stuff here. There's my original concrete powder. I put sand in for the sake of the test, and go ahead and kill these guys off, just like that. Collecting all the XP here. Cool. Then open it up. We can see the drops are coming through. And yeah, let's go ahead and pop over to the other world I was just working on. Alright, we popped back into the other world, and as I mentioned, for some reason the concrete powder and sand were not working here. Again, I have no issue, or no idea why that may be an issue. Okay, that guy sees me, so let's go ahead and close this. I just went ahead and went back into survival mode, sorry, just to make sure if it was because I was in creative or survival. So we got them going. And let's try to kill him. And yeah, for some reason it's not collecting here, guys. I'm sorry, I really don't know why that's an issue. I'll try to come up with a alternative design that will work for this, just in case if for some reason on your worlds the sand or concrete powder isn't working. That's really weird. Yeah, that is really weird, y'all. There's the sand, there's the concrete powder. I really don't know. Throw these in. Yeah, it works here. It works in my survival world, but it doesn't work in that other world I was trying to show you guys. I don't know, guys. It's like I'm lying, but then I'm not. Like it works, and then but it doesn't work. I really don't know. If, like I said, I'm just gonna try to come up with an alternate design for this. If it's not working on yours, regarding your blaze farm, I don't know if that's gonna affect your concrete either. If you're doing a skeleton or a zombie spawner, but either way, I'll look into that. I'll try to come up with something. yeah, guys, I mean, those were some of the questions that you guys had regarding this softener. I hope this answers some of your questions, and any future viewers who may not know may have similar questions. That's why I created this video. If you guys have any more questions regarding this, be sure to leave a comment. We'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. I like hearing back from you guys and hearing your feedback. Alright, so with that, I'm going to be finished for today, and I hope this video helped you out. Rogue Fox is out. See you next time. Bye.